Welcome back to Lane Switching. Today, I'm here with my guest, none other than Rari. Welcome to the Win My G. Thank you for being here today.
Having me for sure.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
No worries, man. So let's just get right started. Tell us a little bit about your upbringing and life before music.
Like before music was, you know what I'm saying, it was pretty nonchalant. It was growing up in the east side of my city, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the people that you see me affiliated with, hanging around nowadays is like mainly the guys that I met throughout my middle school, you know what I'm saying? My middle school time, and from there, you know what I'm saying, everything was just, tight knit community over here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody look out for each other.
That's
There's
dope.
love at the end of the day, you feel me?
That's dope. So,
Yeah.
have you been out east your whole life?
Yeah, I've lived here my whole life.
That's sick.
I mean, yeah, I've been here my whole life, like ever since ever since I was a jet type shit. It's like even like if you look at the 1522 on my arm, that's like where I grew up in, in Pineview and shit. So yeah, I've been here my whole life type shit.
Yeah, east is home.
Yeah.
So, when and why did you start making music?
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it a bug with you. I ain't even start really taking music seriously and like making music till like I'd say like the past couple years. I ain't even really think I'd make music for real. You know what I'm saying?
For real?
Yeah, it wasn't really me. It was other people I had in my circle, like other homies that was making music at the time, and they'd be going to the studio and shit, right? But it wasn't until like one day I was with a couple homies, and then they went to the studio. They told me to tag along with them. And the first time I really went, I wasn't even recording for real. I was just kind of like sitting there. I was in the background. I was just kind of seeing how they do, how they do their thing, And then from there, it was just like, okay, that's cool. They told me to hop in the booth and, just give it a try. I'm over there, I'm on my phone, I'm on my notes. I'm just writing this shit. I'm just trying to, catch a vibe, catch a flow. And then, from there, just hopped in and just gave it a shot. But even then, it wasn't serious at first.
That's sick. But what was it about going to the studio and being in that atmosphere that kind of changed your mind on what you wanted to do with music?
So I recorded my first tune, and it was like a feature with the two homies that I did at the time. And after I listened to it, you know what I'm saying, they was telling me, yo, bro, come back, let's do it again, you know what I'm saying? And it was just, at first, it was just like, it was those light words, like they'd tell me like, yo, come back, try it again, just do it again, you know what I'm saying? They'd tell me just, keep recording, whatever. And then I just go back here and there. I wouldn't even write for real. I just go back. If I had a freestyle, I just go back to freestyle. And then from there, gradually, I started finding a passion for it. I kind of liked it. But it wasn't until I actually like wrote my first song. It's like, okay, now I'm kind of like, I kind of fuck with it, but still, I ain't like in my head think I'm gonna actually make some music and release it, shoot videos to it, drop it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then slowly, it just progressed into me getting to that point.
And so, what was the first year you started releasing music?
So like the first year, the first track I ever dropped, right, that Crisis track was probably like almost 2 years ago now. Maybe like a year and a half, almost 2 years. If you go on YouTube, I'll probably say somewhere in between there, right? I followed up with another track like 3 months after that, it's Tunnel Vision. But then for a year straight, after the second track I dropped, I haven't released anything. And it wasn't because like I lost motivation or I didn't want to, do it. It's just I told myself if I'm actually gonna start releasing music and I'm gonna take it like dead serious, I'm gonna have to like come with a different approach, because I could just keep dropping singles here and there, but on a realer note, I ain't want to just be like a whatever version of myself. So I took a year to like try and find my flow, try and find my sound for real.
Yeah.
So I was just experimenting in the studio as much as I can. And then it wasn't until like a year after my second track when I dropped Fourth Quarter. After that song, anything I recorded after that, it was like a different version of me, you know what I'm saying? It's like I really found my voice, like I feel like I found my flow in the studio, like in the studio type shit. Like if I go in the booth right now, right?
Yeah.
And it's like 20 people or 10 people there that I don't even know, it's not gonna faze me. Like I'm gonna still do my thing, like type shit, you know what I mean? A lot of people, they get in an environment where it's like other people are there around them, they don't really know them, but it can knock them off their hustle. Like it could just like throw you off a distraction, but you have to block out the noise when you're in that environment. So I learned to block out the noise. I found my flow and I just started going from there. So anything after Fourth Quarter is when I realized like, all right, now I got good production. So now I gotta keep following up with that.
For real.
Yeah.
So now in 2022, how would you describe your sound?
A lot better than it was before. If I'm being honest with you, I have a lot of I had a lot of old tracks in my vault. I have plenty that I know will never release. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you go ahead and you ask, any one of your favorite artists. They could be mainstream right now. You ask them, oh, If you take a look at your vault, are there tracks that you've recorded that you haven't dropped? They'll tell you 100%.
Of course.
So in 2022, I feel like compared to now, like now compared to when I first started, I feel like my voice, I feel like it's just the way I make music is much more mature compared to where it was back then. You know what I'm saying? I feel like now I'm able to actually incorporate how I actually feel in my music, which is something I was always doing, but I'm able to like now I'm a better lyricist than I was before.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I like to write my music as opposed to freestyle, but depending on my mood, it really varies as to what I want to do. So I'll get into the studio. If I want to freestyle, I'll get in and I'll freestyle. But for the most part, I like to actually have my shit written, recorded, like ready to go, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And when it comes to, I guess, the style of the song, a lot of people out here go to melodic, but is there a style that you prefer over another, or is completely based on your mood?
Like whether I want to do a melodic track or whether I want to rap.
Yeah.
Honestly, it really depends on your mood, to be honest. But then again, it's deeper than that. Like you could go on the internet, to be honest, and just search up whatever type beat. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, say I fuck with this type beat, whatever. Even if you in a mood to make like a melodic track or a hype track, you go to the studio, you make it. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, as far as releasing it,
yeah.
Say I make a melodic track tomorrow. Just because I made that melodic track tomorrow, doesn't mean it's the next release I'm gonna make. I'm gonna try and be strategic. If I have like, some other tracks I have in my vault, whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and like, drop those first, and then I'm gonna go back to what I feel like I should do. If I feel like, okay, I've been dropping a lot of this type of content, let me switch it up and make some melody. Or I've been dropping a lot of melody lately, let me switch it up and make some, some different. So it really depends, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to saturate your audience with too much of the same thing. At least with me, I'm trying to be like, I try to make it so
like you're versatile.
Yeah, essentially. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to hear me and be like, okay, I can already predict what he's gonna come on to, you know what I'm saying? On some so
yeah.
So I try and have some versatility for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. So how did you actually get the name Rari?
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even come up with the name myself. It was given to me in high school.
Yeah.
So it was actually given to me by my mechanic teacher in grade 11. He was either my grade 11, grade 12 year, one of those two. But I had auto class, right? And auto class is one of those classes where it's like you can just choose whether or not you want to have it or not. I just chose to have it, whatever.
Yeah.
It was cool, you know what I mean? It was cool, it was nice. But over time, it's like the teacher was never really just pronouncing my name. He wasn't actually pronouncing my name. You know what I'm saying? So instead, he nicknamed me for Rari. So he nicknamed me for Rari, like as in the car, but we in auto class. So it was just a reference he would make, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The first letter of my name starts with an F. So that's why he was calling me that. And over time, he just keep calling me that. And then it wasn't until another student, just instead of calling me Ferrari, he nicknamed it to Rari for short. And it went from just one student to like a couple people in my classroom calling me that. And then from it just went from my classroom essentially to like other people, other people in the school just, slowly calling me that. And then, you know what I'm saying? At the time, I didn't even have IG. I did, but I deleted it. So I wasn't on the ground like that.
Yeah.
So time goes by. People in the school just call me Rari, whatever. I'm just doing my thing, and when I get back on the socials, you know what I'm saying, I just said, fuck it. I'm gonna just, people already calling me this in person, I'm gonna just make this my name, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I just went ahead and took that and ran with it. And that name was given to me before I started making music. I didn't just start making music and say, you know what, I'm gonna be this. Niggas was calling me Rari before I was making music, so.
Facts.
Yeah.
So, you've already worked with, a few of your guys, you grew up with, but, and it doesn't have to be just Ottawa, but is there other people that you'd like to collab with in the future?
Collabs, definitely. Like I'd like to do collabs in the future for sure. As far as right now, I kind of want to get more single projects. I know I've already dropped features, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But like moving forward right now, I kind of want to I want to be able to like give people more of me. You know what I'm saying? So I want to start dropping a lot more singles. I want to put out a project very soon, eventually, you know what I'm saying? And, I want people to get more in tune with me, trying to, kind of just bounce off my energy, because I got a lot to, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot to put out, so it's just a matter of, like, letting people see what it is for what it is, you know what I'm saying? So in due time, it's going to happen. It's just I got to put my head down and just, just keep working on my craft type shit.
For sure.
Yeah.
And
But as far as actually doing collabs, like if there was one name in the industry, you know what I'm saying? If there was one artist, even mainstream, if you could tell me one artist you'd make an artist like a feature with, I'd tell you like off rip, I'd tell you G Herbo. Like artists like G Herbo is someone I'd want to do a feature with.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. One of your, I guess, most anticipated unreleased songs right now, it was a track. I think you used the beat, I should say, samples the Gravity Falls theme song. When is that? When can fans project that coming out?
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to just say a day
And
not put it out on that day. Like I don't want to be like that. But I don't want to keep people waiting because I already dropped the preview like about a month and a half ago, maybe 2.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. But what I could tell you is I'm trying to shoot the video within the next coming week and a half, 2 weeks.
Dope.
And I'm shooting a video with a homie from Toronto, videographer from Toronto. He's gonna come down here. He's gonna do his thing. I'm gonna shoot it over here. Trust me, like I'm gonna let you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna even show you. I'm gonna show you a 1-2 preview once we finish with it. I'm gonna let you get a little look at it. You know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't gonna lie, like it's cool. People be sending love. You know what I'm saying? People be sending love. Whether or not it's a preview or not, like people see me even just when I'm just freestyling or whatever, like people always send love, you know what I'm saying, and I'm appreciated that. But that specific tune, it's like I don't even gotta be doing shit. Like I could just be driving, I get a notification from out the blue. It'd be random people telling me like, yo, yeah, I want to hear that tune or send me that tune type shit. It's just a dope tune, but I hope Disney don't come for me for that, cause that Gravity Falls is serious. They gonna try and copyright my ass. I ain't gonna
lie. That's facts. When it comes to dropping, you're mostly, and most artists right now, especially if they're early in their career, they drop singles because it's easier to do and you don't really have to have a build up to it. And a lot of people just drop singles. But if you were to drop a project this year, next year, what do you think the theme of it would be?
If I were to drop a track this year, next year?
Yeah. Project, like an EP.
Yeah, like an album. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like, okay, like I could tell you this. I'm gonna have more projects out next year compared to this year. This year is just mainly singles.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how I'm gonna close out the rest of this year, you know what I'm saying? But early next year I'm gonna come out with an EP. I'm gonna try and come out with an EP. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, I'd say closer to August, September, closer to the fall. If I were to drop a full project, including a deluxe, all of that, I'd plan it for September. Same time around now, but next year.
Yeah.
Because a project like an album is what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Not an EP. It's gonna take a lot of you gotta put a lot of work into it, you know what I'm saying? You gotta really put a lot of work into it. So me, I'm kind of like crazy about like what I put out. Like I don't wanna just half-ass my work and just throw it out there, you know what I'm saying? I wanna put something I kinda like outside. Like I gotta really like look at the work I'm doing and be like, all right, this is solid, like this is it. All right, boom, on to the next one. Do I fuck with this or what do I gotta change?
For sure.
So it's gonna take some time. So that's why I'm gonna give you a realistic answer. I'm gonna say sometime around September, August.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like a theme of the project, is it especially because it'll be your first project? Do you think it's just something where it's like almost like giving an introduction to yourself and top to bottom just something that's like completely authentically you rather than going off a certain sound you want people to hear, whether it's a solely fast paced, like high speed type album or melodic album or whatever the case may be?
So are you saying like, how do I want people to perceive this album when I drop it?
I guess perceive it, yeah.
Well, to be honest, in retrospect, since it's gonna be my first one being put out, the first one I'm gonna do, which is the EP, I'm gonna make that somewhat like an introduction to what the album is gonna be like. So once they get finished, listen to whatever I put out on that EP, I want them to like realize, all right, look, this is just a little bit as to what I'm trying to actually like embody. So by the time I actually put out a full catalog, a full project, and everything's in tune, put together, I want them to leave knowing that look, we knew he could rap before, like we knew he was good, he was alright, but now this is serious. Like stop playing with him. Sure. That's the impression I'm trying to leave, and I'm not saying I'm trying to like in due time I'm gonna leave that impression. That's what I'm saying, but that's what I'm trying to leave. Like I'm trying to have people realize, like, look, there's still it's still real rap out there. Like niggas could really spit. I feel like
Sure.
I'm not gonna sit here and cap, but I feel like a lot of the music out there nowadays is like saturated. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
People don't really be like, they don't really be saying nothing. It's like, okay, like you could flow, it's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could do that, but it's like, I feel like to a certain degree, I like to listen to music where it's like there's meaning behind it, or there's a message or something you could take
Yeah.
out of it, or something you could relate to at least.
Yeah.
You know, something that'll make you actually want to go back and be like, you know what, like there's something about this that correlates to me. So that's what I want them to leave knowing. I look, and this nigga could spit, but not only that, there's at least something from that project that they could take with them. Like, okay, I could relate to this, or I could feel what he's saying.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And now you've been doing this for a couple of years. What are some important things you've learned since becoming an artist that you kind of wish you knew a couple of years ago?
To be honest, it's like I wanna say it's something I learned right now, but it's something I become more aware to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, there's gonna be so many times like when you first start, you're gonna start due to motivation. You know what I'm saying? But then you're gonna quickly realize motivation could only go for so long. You need to be consistent, and motivation will die. Whether you want to go to the gym, whether you want to start a YouTube channel, whether you want to rap, whether you want to do whatever you want to do, you can be motivated. It's good to hold on to that, and it's good to be motivated, but you got to follow up with consistency. One thing I wasn't doing, and something I'm still trying to get better at right now, I ain't gonna lie, is my consistency.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? So I'd say the biggest thing I learned is to actually get on your P's and Q's. And it wasn't even me. It'd be my niggas telling me like, yo, you're lacking. Like, you need to go back. You need to fix this. You need to finish this. Like, yo,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Get back in the studio. All right, you recorded a song last week. What's up? What you gonna do next? Or every time I drop a video, they gonna say, all right, what's next? What you got going on? So it's like, it's good to have that kind of pressure on you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I perform better under pressure. So it's like, when I hear them say that, I don't even hear it as them criticizing me. It's just like, they just telling me what I'm supposed to hear to keep going. So it's like a voice in my head that just keeps telling me, all right, consistency is the biggest thing. So I'd say that's the biggest thing I learned. If you're an artist, if you anybody just trying to, you know what I'm saying, just trying to make change from what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Consistency is gonna get you out every time.
Facts. And I think a lot of guys, I think a problem they actually have is they surround themselves with yes men. So they keep releasing or maybe not releasing and holding back on what their potential is, because they're surrounded by people who will just, excuse them for taking a day off or just let them go. But surrounding yourself with people who will actually push you and not give a shit what you think and just tell you, hey, bro, we got to get to the studio. We got to release another song. That's important.
Facts, 100%. Yes man could be a downfall easily. You know what I'm saying? So, don't be a yes man yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you look at people who got yes men in the group, it takes a yes man to know another one. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And just make sure you just keep it a buck, you know what I'm saying? Keep it a buck. That's one thing I could tell you about me and like all the guys that I be around. Like, there's never been a time where we cap to each other. If something is asked, if one of us step in the studio and we could do some shit and it's asked, like, we just gonna look at each other like, bro, do that shit again. And it's never just real shit. It's just, you know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we have a whole lot to offer on the side of the city. It's just we haven't been heard. It's just we haven't put out, enough of music yet. We don't have a large enough catalog where people can actually scroll through and be like, okay, we can compare and contrast. It's gonna happen in due time, but you know what I'm saying, you just gotta wait till then.
Thanks. So, for the rest of 2022 and going 2023, what can we expect from you?
What you going to 2023? What can you expect?
Yeah.
You gonna expect? You expect a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be coming out with projects. I'm gonna be coming out with singles. More, I'm gonna try and work around, doing some features too. I mainly want to put out some singles and just put together, a solid project, a solid EP to start out the year and shit. So yeah, you're gonna see motion. You're gonna see a lot of motion, but you're gonna see some of the best visuals coming out the city too. I'm gonna tell you that you're gonna see some. You're gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see a lot of shit change between now and a year from now. And even you being in the position you are in right now, is just having a platform. It's just like this is gonna grow exponentially. So what I'm saying is,
Appreciate that.
by the end of 2023, if we were to have this conversation again,
It's gonna be
we'd be in a
different.
it'd be a different position. We'd be in a different position. You know what I'm saying?
For real. I hope
Yeah.
so. I hope so. So, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram, Rari.x3, Snapchat, Rari Takes Off, and I don't even be rocking with anything else. Really, just find me on those two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and follow my YouTube. Just Rari Takes Off. You can go ahead and find it right there.
Yeah. And we'll plug everything in the description. That was our lane switching interview with my guy Rari. I'm DF2. That's Rari.
Yeah.
Peace.